Hey, what's up guys? Rami here with your second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update for Thursday, September 10th. Hope you're having a great day. We're expecting to see a vote on the very skinny bill introduced by Republicans today, and things are not looking too good based on what the senators are saying. Seems like our only hope for a second stimulus check is going to be by an executive order from President Trump himself. And that idea is gaining some traction based on precedent, so this could be very interesting, especially with the elections right around the corner. Speaking of President Trump, how do you feel about him being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize? Very interesting. So let's get to all the details here. You're gonna want to watch this all the way through. Just please hit the like button on the video and subscribe if you haven't already so I can update you on everything regarding the second stimulus check, stimulus package, and more money and finance news. First of all, let's just talk for a second here about how skinny this bill really is. It's not even going to cost $500 billion. It is about $300 billion. Technically, it's $650 billion, but they're going to reallocate some unspent money from the CARES Act to add it to this bill. That's just crazy. And of course, the Democrats are saying this is a non-starter package. How do the Republicans expect to get any support from the Democrats on this package? They want them to go from $2.2 trillion all the way down to $300 billion? Come on now, this is clearly a political stunt to help some of the Republican senators who are up for re-election, but I don't think this is going to help much. It seems like the chances of a stimulus package passing through Congress is very slim, and the only way we'll get stimulus checks will be through an executive order, and I'll tell you exactly why. Just stick with me here for a minute. First of all, you have Steve Mnuchin, a lead negotiator. When asked what he thinks the chances are for another package to pass, he said, "I don't know, we'll see, I hope there is, it's important to a lot of people out there." That's not very promising or optimistic. On the other side, Nancy Pelosi was asked if some funding is better than nothing, like through this skinny bill. She said, "No, it isn't. I hear it a lot, and clearly it springs from all the good intentions that we all have to help people as soon as we can, but it does nothing." Okay, listen, I blame both parties here. The Republicans are ridiculous for proposing a bill that's only $300 billion, but saying that some funding does nothing, like what Pelosi thinks, that to me is more ridiculous. How is $300 per week unemployment boost, retroactive from the beginning of August all the way to the end of December, is nothing? That's insane. That could help a lot of people. Then you have Republican Senator Mike Rounds saying the reason why we are at this specific package is because this is what we could find a consensus after literally weeks of discussion and research. And so it's doing the best we can do at this point with the information we have. I'm sure the last jobs report influenced this attitude since the unemployment rate fell to 8.4%, and that's without any stimulus help in August. So they see the economy stabilizing. Then you have someone like Senator Mike Brown, also a Republican, saying there were many of us on the more conservative side of the ledger who got together over the last 10 days, 2 weeks, and said, hey, let's target it. There would be 10 to 15 of us that would not be comfortable with a figure that Mnuchin was talking about. So it's clear that Republican senators would not agree to anything close to what Mnuchin and Mark Meadows were negotiating. The $1.3 and $1.5 trillion numbers are way out there for Republicans. But then you have someone like Senator Roy Blunt, who said something that I kind of agree with. He said there are things that Democrats would like to add to this bill, or maybe even increase a little bit in this bill, but there are very few, if any, things in this bill that a dozen Democrats couldn't easily be for. So what he's trying to say is, okay, we'll lose some Republican votes on this from the stingy ones who don't want any more stimulus, but maybe we can get some reasonable Democrats who can agree on the things they have in this bill and agree with the idea of some help now is better than nothing. But this is where things get political. It's clear by now that Democrats see that any stimulus help right before the election is going to help with the re-election of President Trump. And they definitely don't want to do that. So at this point, I'm starting to feel that we will not see any stimulus package from Congress, especially not before the election. And that was clear when Senator Roy Blunt said, my guess would be that if we leave in September with a stopgap spending measure, we will not come back to do anything before the election. So if nothing happens before the end of the month, that's it, unfortunately. The only chance it seems like for a second round of stimulus checks will be through an executive order by President Trump, to redirect money that is sitting in an economic stabilization fund from the CARES Act. This fund has over $450 billion for loans to businesses that would be given out by the Treasury, but it has been heavily underused. So using $300 billion would be more than enough to send out stimulus checks with the same criteria like last time in terms of the income limits and the amounts, $1,200 for adults and $500 for dependents. There might be even some leftover money in there to do a few more weeks of unemployment. Remember, the last stimulus checks cost about $250 billion. So we might have around $50 billion there to use on unemployment. The unemployment boost that we got recently from the FEMA disaster fund through an executive order was only $44 billion. This will be very interesting. It would be great to actually help the people to get their second round of stimulus checks, and it will be interesting also to see how that would play out in the election. So that's all I have for you guys. What do you think about all of this? Are we going to see another executive order? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos and new content for you. And make sure to check the link in the description for the SoFi Money account, which is a checking/savings account, not a stocks account, not an investment account. If you open an account using the link below and deposit $500, you'll get a $50 bonus. Then you can refer your family and friends and get $50 from every referral up to $10,000 per year. Also, don't forget to get your free stock from Robinhood and one free stock from Webull, potentially worth up to $1,600 when you deposit only $100, which is just like cash. You can take it out anytime you feel like it. All the links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.